working American Bulldog is a powerful, fearless, and athletic utility dog with immense stamina, bred for tasks like farm guarding, stock herding, and animal catch work. Possesses great strength, endurance, and agility. Their high drive makes them committed to the work. Loyal and protective, they're devoted to their families. Trainability, intelligent, and willing to please. This what makes up the American Bulldog. BrotherJacks Bulldogs. No excuses. Reality is, carnivorous animals need meat. We do our best to feed them raw foods from wild game to even goats, sheep, chickens, eggs, fish, deer, and anything else we can get our hands on. Look at it like this. We didn't make the rules. We just live by them. Nature is what nature does. Not only do these things stimulate the dogs, keep them happy, but they're also nutritious. Bobo, come on. He knows what to do. Favorite spot, look. I don't even have to tell him. Sometimes when the weather gets a little screwy, the dogs get agitated. So I go check on them, make sure there's nothing else going on besides just a little uneasiness with a storm brewing in. Every now and then though, they'll have something. Bobo, looks like he just got him a little toad or something. So he gonna mess with that for a little bit. Truthfully, I don't think we're honest enough about our own dogs. There is always something that can be improved upon. There's always something you like a little better in different ways. And there's always a dog out there that looks better than yours or does something better than yours, performs better than yours. So if you're honest about it, you can see those flaws, make adjustments, and breed whatever it is you need or want back into the dogs. So just being honest, make good assessments. For years, I believed my obsession with working American Bulldogs was nothing more than a passion. I thought it was simply the pull of something wild buried deep inside me, a desire to reconnect with the raw, untamed side of life and with the way man was originally created. I thought it was about grit, instinct, and preserving a piece of history. I was wrong. It was never about the dogs. It was bigger than pride, bigger than ego, and bigger than a childhood dream. It was purpose. The funny thing about purpose is that it rarely introduces itself before the journey begins. It waits until you are willing to take the first step. Only after I committed myself, after I quit making excuses and chased the thing my soul had been reaching for since I was a boy, did I begin to understand why this fire had never left me. I grew up in the Southwest, where nature doesn't let you forget that survival is real. Bobcats slip through the brush, mountain lions watch from the rocks, bears, rattlesnakes, coyotes, javelina were all simply a part of life. Predators were everywhere, and respecting them wasn't optional. But among all those powerful animals, one captured my imagination more than anything else: the American Bulldog. As a kid, I dreamed of working with animals, but not just any type of animals, specifically dogs, and even more specific, American Bulldogs. Not pampered house pets, but working dogs. The kind with a job to do. Where I grew up, dogs earned their keep. They guarded livestock, gathered cattle, protected families, hunted, and stood watch through the night. They weren't accessories or status symbols. They were trusted partners. They were dependable. They were tools forged by generations of purpose. That way of life left a mark on me. One afternoon, I visited a friend's ranch, a spread of nearly 100 acres. There were goats, cattle, chickens, and all the animals you'd expect on a working place. It was the kind of property where every creature had a purpose, but none of them held my attention for long. Then I saw him, an American Bulldog. He wasn't barking for attention or showing off. He stood with quiet confidence, powerful but controlled, alert without being anxious. There was something about him that couldn't be taught and couldn't be faked. He carried himself like he knew exactly what he had been bred to do. In that moment, something settled inside me. I didn't just admire the breed, I recognized it. Looking back now, I realized that wasn't the beginning of a hobby. It was the beginning of a calling. From the beginning, Yahuwah gave mankind a command, not a suggestion. Be fruitful and multiply. Those words were never meant to apply only to having children or planting crops. They are a blueprint for life itself. Every man has been called to build, cultivate, expand, subdue, and to leave the world better than he found it. At Brotherjacksbulldogs, that command is the foundation we stand on. Everything we do is driven by the belief that Yahuwah created man to be productive. We are here to steward what he has entrusted to us, to preserve what has value, and to produce something worthy of those who come after us. Whether raising families, training working American Bulldogs, managing land, or building a legacy, the mission remains the same. Be fruitful. Fruitfulness begins with a seed. Every harvest you've ever admired started with something small that someone was willing to plant. The principle never changes. Whatever a man sows, he will eventually reap. If you sow your time, you'll harvest experience. If you sow discipline, you'll harvest strength. If you sow honesty, you'll earn trust. If you sow knowledge into a working dog, you'll produce a capable partner. If you sow generations of sound breeding, you'll preserve sound blood. Every harvest is simply the evidence of the seed that came before it. That's why quality of seed matters. Yahuwah asked a question that every man should wrestle with. Can a corrupt tree produce good fruit, or can a good tree produce corrupt fruit? The answer is obvious. Good fruit comes from healthy roots. The harvest never lies. The truth reaches far beyond orchards and fields. It applies to our character, our families, our businesses, our dogs, and every decision we make. Every action plants a seed, every habit waters it. Every season eventually reveals what we've been cultivating. Yahuwah is the God of increase. His creation was designed to reproduce not only physically, but spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and naturally. So be intentional about the seed you plant today, because tomorrow's harvest is already taking root beneath your feet. And as always, keep God first and serve Him with all your heart. Stay tuned for the next episode in the series.